Charles Breaker, along with the host of Love 101, my main man, Naeem Najib. What's going on, Naeem? How you doing this evening?
Excellent. How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. We're going to do what we always do. We'll go to the commercial break first, and then we're going to come right back with our Feel Good Talk Love 101 right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Here we go. And as the A game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. If you want your free sample, give me a call 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A game. What's going on, Naeem? What we talking about this evening, brother?
Well, this evening we are talking about healing toxic relationships. As always, my question is, how do we save time? What does it mean to save time in relationships, in life? Right, just trying to give a different way of looking at things. Whole point of this show is to start critically thinking, period, but particularly on the topic of love and healthy or toxic relationships, because those tend to be the most important things in your life, the most important thing that either hinder or help you in your life. You don't understand how important relationships are until they're not there.
Right.
Where can you get employment or advancement, career opportunities, etc., without letters of recommendation? Who does a letter of recommendation come from? Somebody, number one, and this somebody has to recommend you. Or how do they recommend you? You have to have some relationship with them. Either it's a working relationship, personal relationship, some kind, mentor-mentee relationship. Relationships is so important, and I always use this example. I used to use this example of how on a deathbed, nobody complains about, oh, I wish I would have made a little more money. I should have worked them 2 extra hours of overtime shift.
Right.
And I definitely should have, went from, Disney regular to Disney Plus. I regret that.
Right.
Nope. 30 seconds of ads are killing me. Nobody talks about that. They don't talk about money. They don't talk about status. They talk about the people in their lives that they are grateful for, or that they wish that they could have done something differently. Things would have went a little differently, or how to make things right. And for me, it's like, conflict drives stories in movies, TV shows, superhero, villain, and all that. But I gotta say, people in your life with relationships and people who you love and trust, you don't need to make, or let's say to manufacture conflict to drive your story with another person forward. You can just actually dedicate yourself to having a loving, peaceful relationship with them. Because it's like, if I'm on my deathbed and the last conversation we had was 20 years ago, and I was mad at you for something, and you was mad at me for being mad at you for something, and then 20 years from now, and you at my deathbed, like, bro, man, I don't even remember what I was mad about, but you my boy, I love you, man. So I'm sorry about that, man. We should, I'm glad you're here with me, man. Like, you could have did that 20 years ago, at least 19 years ago.
Yeah,
right? A lot can happen in a year.
Yes, sir.
What's stopping you from making, not even going to say making things right with yourself? Because maybe you have a relationship with someone where things are actually fine, but there's something more you could do or say to make things even better, to feel even closer. Why are you not reaching out? Why? Because you messaged them 2 times and they didn't message you back yet? Because you called them 2 times, they didn't call you back? You ain't gonna find me double texting, double calling somebody, they don't call me back. It's like, well, you really gonna stake your relationship with somebody on number one, the technology, not even technology, your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does it mean to call, like, any of us who's been on customer service with any company for overcharging us or doing whatever, know you got to call them back a bunch of times because they'll be on the phone. You're all right. We're about to process that right now. Hold, please. And then next thing you know, click, and you got to call them back
Right.
because they be hanging up on you, right? So you'll call them back. You'll call back the people who straight up hang up on you, but you won't call back the people who you say you love and connect with.
Right.
Why? Because they didn't call you after they saw your call. How you know they saw your call? And if they did see your call, what if there was their bedtime? What if they forgot? People forget things. What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like we take things too personally. If you really want to start living a life that you want to live, you got to start doing things that that person is doing. So if you're someone who likes to travel, or that's the life you want to live is traveling more, what do you got to do? Start looking at flights or boats or trains or planes or whatever it is you trying to do. Start looking at that. At least start looking at it, because you cannot get a plane ticket or a train ticket without looking at the trip first. So the first step is like, well, I don't have the ticket yet. Well, did you look on the site? They got Google Flights, they got Kayak, they got Expedia, they got all these things. Did you even open the site? You got it on your phone. Did you open it? All right, well, you're not serious, because all you got to do is look at it. Well, I don't know if I saved up enough. Well, do you have internet? Do you have Wi-Fi? Do you have an outlet you can plug into? You didn't need to save up for that. You can go right now. And the time I'm talking about this, you could have gone and looked up a flight from here to there just now, just in under a minute. But if you don't do that, that means you are not serious. You are not as serious about evolving and changing as you are about staying the same.
Right.
And it's about taking the default road, which is having no goal, no plan, no purpose, no direction, just Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day every day. And it's so easy. It's like, I'm not shaming or judging anyone. I'm just saying it's so easy to fall into that.
Right.
Like, oh, it's Monday. I gotta wait till Friday. It's like, do you know that that's 5 days? 5 days that you really just kind of put out of your mind. When any of those days you could be on your break looking at flights.
That's right.
It could be after you leave on Friday and coming back Sunday evening, and you could just go somewhere different, even if it's just another state. Right? So all these sort of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, any questions or comments?
Got my man Robert Dickinson in the house. He says, good evening, Feel Good Talk family. Sending peace and blessings. Hey, thanks, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. We got Samaya Charles tuning in. We also got Dion Tiller. Thanks for tuning in. And got a few more on I can't see the ones on YouTube yet, so but they're on there. So just shout out to everybody out there. If you are out there, give us some likes, loves, and let us know how you feeling. That's it.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, Naeem. Like I said, everything you said on that one, brother. Yes, sir. He said a lot, but everything on that one. Yes, sir.
So now the question is, so what does it look like to save time? So let me first, because we talk about relationships, it's not just relationships with people, it's relationship with yourself, relationship with your body, relationship with your health, relationship with money, right? Relationship with time. So I want to look at time today. But in looking at time, I also want to start by looking at money, because this is a reframe. I want to show you how you're used to looking at things and show you how to move your mind to maneuver in a different way. So to just change the channel and look at things, different. Your mind is like a window. You can look at so many things. We look at the same thing all the time.
Right.
And we look at it the same way all the time. It's like, you ever looked at somebody from a different angle and you didn't even recognize them till they turned or something? It's like,
yeah, that's true.
It happens, right?
I thought it was my eyes,
Right. But it's like you wouldn't have recognized them if they didn't just turn like, oh, that's your bad side. Okay. That's why people say, oh, make sure you get my good side, right? Because they know it's their bad side. But yeah, just looking at the same thing differently can give you a whole nother experience. So let's look at money. So I have this example. Let's say it's going to be 3 examples. The first one is going to be how you're used to looking at it.
Mhm.
So let's say your phone bill is $100 a month.
Mhm.
Say you have a friend, Chuck B, says, you know what, Naeem, I want to take care of your phone bill. I want to treat you to a month of phone service this month. So I'm like, Charles, my phone service is 100. He's like, how much is it? I'm like, it's $100 a month. So I'm like, okay, let me. So what he does is he gives me $100 in my hand. I'm like, wow, thanks, Charles.
Mhm.
Charles gave me $100, and and then in the next, and so in that scenario, I feel like I received $100.
Right.
So that's the normal scenario. It's like, here's $100, pay your phone bill. Now here's another scenario. Let's say Charles just says, oh, you use T-Mobile or Metro or whatever. Just give me your number. I'm gonna just pay it online. He pays it online. I look at my statement, amount due, $0. Somebody paid my phone bill. Oh, Charles paid. Thank you. Wow. But does it feel the same? I don't know. You tell me. Here's a third scenario. My phone bill is due. I go online. I pay my phone bill.
Mhm.
Paid $100. And then next thing I know, Charles Cash App Zells me $100. And he said, because I was going to pay your phone bill. Here's your phone for your phone bill. So my question is, in which one of those 3 scenarios did I receive $100? And that's a kind of a trick question. Because I said, in which one did I receive $100? But is it more than one that I received $100? Right?
Well, it depends on what form you received it in. Like now, if you're talking physical form, yeah, I could see when they handed you the $100 bill. But
Mm-hmm.
all the other ones, he gave you $100. I gave you $100 too. There you go. Gotta say it right. Yeah. So yeah, I think all 3 of the scenarios, I gave you $100.
Yes. And in all 3 of the scenarios, I received, because we're talking
Right.
about, I use the phone bill as a medium to exchange for the $100, right? So in all 3 scenarios, we're talking about a value proposition of $100 for my phone bill, right? And so instead of saying paid, received $100 cash, what is the value that you received? And every scenario, I received I received the value of $100, because every single one of those scenarios, I paid my phone. I paid my phone bill, right? Yes. But did I have to pay? Did basically, did it come out of my pocket? Meaning, did I pay for the phone bill, or did I receive my phone bill being paid for in different types of forms, all of which is worth $100? First one, he gave me $100. Second one, he paid it, no money exchange hands. The third one, I paid it, then he sent me $100.
Right.
So in all those scenarios, I still received the value of the phone being paid. But the thing is, I also received $100, because the thing is, I would have paid $100 regardless. That's the
Right.
thing.
Right.
So regardless, let's say my account balance was a $1,000. Then my phone bill comes. I paid $100. So now it's $900. So on a normal day, right? My phone bill comes. My account goes from 1,000 to 900. Now let's say the first scenario, he gives me $100. I put it in my bank. What's my account balance?
$1,000.
$1,000, because I use it to pay the phone bill. Let's say the second scenario, he paid the phone bill, so I didn't see no money, but I don't have to pay the phone bill. So what's my account balance?
Still going to be $1,000, but it could be 11. Well, depending on what time you put it in there, it could be 1,100.
Well, no, that scenario, you paid it
Oh,
on
I
your
paid
own.
it.
You
Okay, you
just
still got $1,000.
signed
Okay,
into the,
all right,
yeah, you
$1,000.
signed on and paid it.
All
And
right.
then the third one, I paid it, so it went down to 900. Then you Zelle me 100. So now it's back to what?
That's
1,000.
1,000. Exactly.
So what I'm saying is, if you were seeing this whole idea of receiving as gaining, then basically he gave me, by paying my phone bill, whether he went online and paid it himself, he gave me $100 cash. Like, maybe it's not cash in my hand, but he contributed $100 to my life. And
Right.
so I could literally take that $100 out of my account, put it aside, and said that money is from Charles, because he paid. I still have my phone bill. Because I could also just not pay my phone bill and have the $100, but then I wouldn't have the phone. And if it's something that I see as a necessity or utility, then it's something that I'm going to try to pay every month if I have it, right? So in that scenario, he gave. So how's that differ from an Uber ride? Somebody pays for Uber for you for $50. They gave you $50. Let's say, oh, to get you to work, my car is out. So it's like, oh, Naeem, no problem. I'll Uber you to work and Uber you back. And then that Uber is $50 one way, $50 the other way.
Mm-hmm.
He still gave me $100 because it was worth $100, right? Oh, he took me out to dinner. The thing came up to $100. I still ate. That's $100. It's $100 in your pocket. And also, let's say I brought, let's say, a hot water heater, and the hot water heater costs $600, but it was on sale, and I needed it because my hot water heater broke and it's emergency, and I had to go to the store and get one. But it's on sale for $500, so I got this coupon or whatever. So I paid $500, but it's worth $600. What happened here? You would say the common idea is like, oh, I saved $100, but what happened is you actually received $100. It just is not in the way you're used to saying, oh, someone gives you $100 or deposit $100 in your account. Oh, now because we don't see it as a plus, as a account going up. We're like, oh no, I just saved it. No, you received it because you don't count the fact that your account would have went down if you had to pay that extra $100.
Right.
It would have went down an extra $100. So one of the things I suggest that you can do in terms of money, we're still talking about money, but I'm getting the time, is whenever you see yourself saving or receiving, and look for the little things in life. Take that same amount of money, and if you have 2 bank accounts, Zelle it or transfer that money to yourself. So it's like, oh, Charles gave me, A game the other day. A game is worth like what? What is it? $50, $20? Whatever it is. if an A game is $50, then I'm gonna say, oh, he gave me this sample, but he still gave it to me. It's worth $50. So I'm gonna Zelle myself or take some cash and give myself in an envelope $50. And when you go through a whole month of doing that and you look at that envelope or you look at that account, you can let's say transfer it to your savings, whatever bucket you need to put it in. You will see how much value you receive on a daily basis. Even if it's just, like I said, someone taking you out to eat or giving you a ride when that ride you would have had to pay for it or take the public transportation or whatever. And that is just another way of training your brain to recognize value. So anyway, before we move on to time, any questions, comments we got?
We got HT Lovejoy in the house. She says, greetings, Feel Good Talk family, positive vibrations. What's going on, HT? Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Yep. And that's it. And
all right.
Who else got it there?
HT.
Got some other people watching. What's going on, everybody? Give us a thumbs up or say something to us. All
right. So now let's look at saving time. Saving time is gaining time. You would use, let's say, I don't know, again, laundry. You would have taken 3 to 4 hours to do your laundry this week, but someone says, I'll get your laundry. I'll put your laundry in with mine. I'm going to laundromat to do it. So what did they just do? They just gave you 3 or 4 hours, right? They gave you 3 or 4 hours because you would have been there doing that. Now you could sit there and take a nap, watch TV, read a book, tune in to Feel Good Talk. You got 3 to 4 hours back because they're like, oh, I'll take your laundry with mine, or whatever, right? Or I have a machine in my house. You can put it in there, whatever the case is. And I'm relating this to relationships with the human beings because we waste a lot of time on going over the same things sometimes. Like I said, and I put in the books, and you can look at healingtoxicrelationships.com, that relationships are classrooms and the people in those relationships are your teachers.
Right.
And there's lessons to be learned in there, right? In every relationship, take it, for example, I don't know, something as simple as, let's say, as a child, you're constantly leaving a mess. You don't clean up after yourself. Your parents constantly telling you that. So eventually you would think the child would grow up and learn. But then let's say they become a young adult and now they have roommates or whatever, and they don't clean up and they share the space with roommates, you think the roommates are they're gonna have the best relationship? You think that they're gonna let's escalate it even more. Let's say they're a tenant and now they just leave dishes in the sink, trash. They take days, weeks to clean up messes, and what happens? There's consequences. There's critters. There's roaches. There's infestations that happen. That spreads, let's say, to the surrounding homes. Let's say the exterminator comes in, reports to the management and the landlord that the source of the infestation is coming from that apartment with that person, and now. From lessons they didn't learn as a child, now they're up for eviction. That's a health code violation. They're, making issues for everyone else. You think that landlord is gonna, if they get evicted or if they don't clean up, that they're gonna recommend that they live somewhere else? That they say, oh yeah, there was a great tenant, you should, right? So here, in relationships, just in basic things, and again, that is saving time, but it's also about healthy relationships. How a habit or a lesson that you didn't learn at childhood, like cleaning up after yourself, can impact you for the rest of your life, and dictate what's where you're living, who's gonna want to live with you or not, or rent to you or whatever. And these things matter. So also, let's talk about conflict when it comes up in relationships. Conflict pretty much revolves around well, I'm not gonna say conflict, because you can be simply a scheduling conflict, like, hey, can you come to my party at 8? Or I've got a meeting at 8, like, let's do something, like. But I'm talking about conflict where it's like you're not feeling connected to the person, whether they're friend, family, coworker, spouse, whoever. And that is always from the ego. That is always from unless somebody violated somebody, right? But even so, you can still make a loving decision to disconnect from that person. But usually when you're having a conflict and you're seeing someone without love, not with love, then you are seeing them incorrectly. And if you don't learn how to move forward and resolve that conflict, then it can cost you a lot of time, because it can be the same conflict or the same type of issue over and over again. Like the people who complain. This is some basic examples. People are like, oh, this person's so bossy, or they're so demanding. Like they, every time they always borrow my stuff and they don't give it back. Examples like that. Or they won't clean up after themselves, or they won't they borrow my car, they don't put gas in it. Or like, in all these examples, after the second or third time they violated your boundaries, if it is in fact a boundary, what did I say first? Oh, they don't they don't oh, they borrow my stuff and don't give it back. Well, why are you still lending them stuff? You're complaining about them. Oh, they're so bossy, they're so this and that. Well, why are you listening to them? Oh, they're always talking and they're not listening to me. They're just just complaining, and I'm just sitting there. But you just said it, you're sitting there. They're not forcing you to sit there. So the lesson is, there are some people who are bossy. There are some people who are demanding. There's some people who will gaslight you, who deceive you, who don't tell the truth, who steal, who will not give you your book back after they borrowed it. There are some people who are just this way consistently. And whether it's with everybody or with just you, your experience with them is that they're consistently this way, and you still choose to be in relationship with them, or still choose to engage in the activity that you say is a problem on your side.
But Naeem, some people love drama though. They love that type of relationship. You know what I mean? That toxic type of relationship, and it drives them. I know some individuals that love to get taken advantage of. They'll complain about it, and then they'll continue to do it over and over again. So that within itself is a sickness. You know what I mean? So yeah. So,
and you're right, it is an addiction, and it is a toxic. It's codependency, which is a book that some people, me, have written, and you can check that book out, healingtoxicrelationships.com. And also, I've recently created a YouTube channel. No, I've created a channel years ago, but I recently created a series on that book on codependency, where you can actually look at a short breakdown, no more than 4 to 5 minutes per episode of the different chapters in the book. For those of us who are lazy, don't want to read, cheap, or you don't got time, whatever, you can put it on and listen to it, and it's good. In fact, I also want to talk about how. Well, first, let me go back. How do you save time? How do you save time when you have conflict in a relationship? Make a decision. That's how. Make a decision, and like I say, run an experiment. See what would happen if you became the person who, for once, put their foot down and said, "No more of this. You're not borrowing my car again because you keep bringing it back without." Oh, but how am I going to get to work, man? How am I going to do this? I don't know. You can figure it out because all that other stuff about you're the person's savior or whatever. That's just narcissism. That's just you thinking that you got to save the world and you can't even save yourself. So let's not be like that.
Hey, we got Tyrone Ricks in the building. Hold on, I think he's in backstage.
That's
give me a thumbs up if you ready to come on.
Is it?
What up? You already know.
What's going on, man?
Oh, my fault, man. Running a little late, man.
I mean, he was coming. I was like, man, he might not be coming, man. You know what I mean?
I can't miss. I got to at least get a couple glimpses of it. I got to get a little glimpse of it. So,
I guess we can't. I'm good. I guess I was saying to Charles, I guess we got to stop talking bad about you now since you showed up.
There you go.
Yeah. No, it's good to see you. I asked about you before you came on. I was like, oh, maybe Ty's going to come. So.
Yeah, great seeing y'all guys too, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Well,
did you want to catch him up, Naeem, real quick, or?
Saving time in relationships. What I wanted to do is I just signed in on my laptop and I wanted to show a clip of one of the codependency videos. Since we talked about that, I just want to make sure that I can show it and that I'm in the right place. Okay. So give me one moment.
Yeah. So what's going on, Ty? How you been, man? What's up with you?
Oh, blessed by the best, man. Just busy building up the Tent of Life, right in the process of the fall festivals, man. I do that every year.
Yes, sir.
For Coatesville, Westchester, and Chester. Outside of that, man, out here just trying to build the tent up, man. You know what I mean? You know how we carry.
Yeah, you doing it, brother. You doing it, man. And shout out to you for, always in the community doing your thing. I saw some pictures this weekend. You were out there. Talk to us about that. Let us know what's going on with that. What that event was anyway. Yes.
Yeah, that event was is a extravagant event, man. Everything went as planned. It was a very successful fall fest. Another good year at Coatesville. A lot of kids came out and enjoyed the festivities. They was out there painting the pumpkin, and everything like that. Just out there having fun, man. You know what I mean? Some kids really don't have transportations or the means to go out to Linville Orchard or anything, something like that. Right, so, the Tent of Life wants to bring that to them right there at home because we got to meet people where they at, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your service, man, for doing that, man.
Most certainly. Yep. And I appreciate too. I appreciate Feel Good Talk too, man. It's a professional show that you can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like, just got to tap in, tune in.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Definitely.
I'm ready. Yep.
You good to go, Naeem? Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm going to see if I can share my screen now.
All right.
Share screen. I think this one, like that. And I'm going to put myself on mute here.
Okay. He's going to share. I'm going to share the screen. Here it is right here. All right. There we go. All right. Let me move this out of here. Is it on, Naeem?
It's on. Can you hear it?
No, we don't hear it over here.
All right, let me try this then. See if you can. Can you hear it now?
No. It might work now because it went into another mode, so we'll see what happens. Nah.
Yeah, he just muted the mic because he can hear it. Yeah,
All
chill.
right. Thing. I'm gonna
What's
maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. You did something that says also share the audio. I didn't click that, so I'm clicking it now. Put
Okay.
myself back on mute. So
All
yeah,
right.
just allow me again, and I'm
Okay. We're gonna do it again. Shout out to everybody tuning in.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Facts.
Welcome, everyone. We're about to kick off a really powerful 10-part series. It's all about helping you break free from those toxic attachments and honestly, just find your way back to you. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a relationship where you just felt lost? You know, like your own personality, your hobbies, the things that make you you just started to kind of fade away? Or maybe you feel this constant heavy weight of being responsible for someone else's happiness. If any of that rings a bell, then you are absolutely in the right place. And that's really the whole point of this Explainer series. We want it to be your guide, a straightforward, practical path to understanding what's going on, healing from it, and, most importantly, rediscovering the person you are outside of that dynamic. Now, our roadmap for this entire journey comes from an incredible book by Naeem Najib called Breaking Free of Codependency. We're going to be digging into its key lessons and breaking them down into clear, actionable explainers for you. The way Najib structures this whole healing process is really smart. It's broken into two main parts. Part one is called intoxication. This is where we figure out the why we get pulled into these toxic relationships in the first place. Then we move on to part two, detoxification. And this is the how. This is where we get the actual tools we need to heal and finally let go of those toxic attachments for good. So, this two-part process is laid out over 10 focused steps. I want you to think of each of our upcoming explainers as a milestone, a marker on your path to freedom. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up. In the first half of the series, that whole intoxication phase, we'll start by unpacking normal dependency, and the answer there might actually surprise you. From there, we'll get super clear on what codependency really is. Then we'll look at the healthy goal we're all aiming for, interdependence. After that, we're going to expose guilt and guilt trips for what they are, weapons used in these dynamics. And we'll wrap up part one by talking about individuality and how you can start taking yours back. Then we switch gears and get into the detoxification toolkit. This is all about action. We'll learn the 3 essential steps to building boundaries that actually stick. We'll walk through the strategy of deliberately disconnecting, and this is a big one. We'll prepare you for how toxic partners often resist when you try to leave. We're also going to explore the deep link between codependency and addiction, and finally we'll dive into understanding narcissism and the part it so often plays in all of this. So, with all of that laid out, what's the one single idea that holds this entire journey together? I think it's the most important takeaway of the whole series. Here it is, straight from the book. Codependency is a toxic mindset. That toxic mindset leads to toxic relationships and behavior. Let that sink in for a second. This is the whole key. It's not just about a bad partner or one unlucky relationship. Codependency is a pattern of thinking that lives inside of us. But here's the amazing, hopeful part. Because it's a mindset, it is something that you have the absolute power to change. So look, this series is way more than just information. It's really an invitation to a journey of healing and of rediscovering yourself. So the only question left is, are you ready to begin? We're excited to take this first step with you. I'll see you in the next explainer.
all right. There we go. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, I like that, man.
Awesome.
And the thing is, I think here's the one real thing they said that was really important, especially dealing with in a toxic relationship. You lose your identity, right? You lose your identity. You mean, and that's true. You know what I mean? Because you're so tangled in and trying to focus on the relationship and trying to please your significant other that you lose yourself. You know what I mean? Like in the process of that. So that's a good thing that we're touching on that because this need to be talked about. We have to have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome, Naeem. I love that. I love that that audio. That's good. I like that.
Exactly. It was a good slide, man.
Yeah. It's just that's the overview. I made 10 of them, 10 of those short videos. It's on my site, Love 101 Media on YouTube. Just put in Love 101 Media Codependency, and you'll find it. It's all in the playlist laid out for you. So just put it on and listen. Actually, let me share my screen again because I can show people how to get to it.
Okay.
Make it real easy.
Shout out to Johnny Bazemore. He's in the building. What's going on, brother? Awesome show last night, brother. He says, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. That was an awesome show last night, man. So
Nice. Okay,
all right, you got it up. Okay, here we go.
I'm ready. So
Go ahead, Naeem.
what you do is you just type in Love 101 Media in the YouTube. And the first thing that'll come up is the channel and Breaking Free to Codependency. And you will go to Love 101 Media here.
Mhm.
And then you can go to playlists. Got a few playlists. The latest one is Breaking Free of Codependency. Then we have one from Healing from Toxic Relationships book. One is What is Love? Communication is Not a Game series. So there's a lot of things. But this one on the codependency is really good. We got all of these explainer videos here to help you deal with it. This is one of my favorite one here is codependency and addiction. Is your relationship a drug? And yes, it is. So that's the short and long of it. But you were talking about, are people addicted? Like, people are addicted to the drama. People are addicted, like they are. But it's more than just wordplay. It's real biochemical addictions that
Right.
chemicals that get created from the process of isolation and concentration. That's how you create a drug. Is you
Mhm.
isolate something from its original source. You isolate it, meaning take it out of that. Then you concentrate it, meaning you just focus just that,
Mhm.
and then you consume it and just that, and then it gets to be addictive. And it, like sugar, I could let the video play because I
Mhm.
I don't know. Y'all want to hear the video? You don't hear me explain it? Because
What's that? The video? Which one?
yeah, I
there?
got on codependence, on addiction.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. You can
Yeah,
explain it, or you can whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna play part of the video and then
Mhm.
see if I should continue from there. So let me share my screen again.
Mhm.
Yep, and let's see. Boom. Share the audio with y'all.
Sound nice and clear too. So that was good.
Yes, and you should see it here when you share it, Charles.
All right, welcome back. We're diving into video.
Okay. I'll put myself on mute.
Me too. Me too.
9 of our 10-part series. And all right, welcome back. We're diving into video 9 of our 10-part series. And today, wow, we are tackling a really big one: codependency and addiction. I've got to say, the central analogy in this chapter is, well, it's powerful, it's unsettling, and it might just flip everything you think you know about relationships right on its head. Okay, let's not waste any time. We're going to jump right in with a statement that is incredibly bold. It's meant to totally reframe the conversation. The source material isn't just saying that codependency and addiction are similar. No. The argument is that they are the exact same thing, just aimed at different targets. So when you make a claim that big, you've got to back it up, right? We have to start with the basics. What do we even mean when we say codependency and addiction? Let's look at the definitions side by side. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the language here. It's almost identical, isn't it? Both of them are about this unhealthy reliance on something outside of you just to feel okay. For one, it's a person. For the other, it's a substance or an activity. But that core mechanism, that external dependency that just spirals into harmful consequences, it's the same. Okay, so the definitions line up. But what about the real-world behaviors? Does this parallel actually hold water when you look at how people act? Well, according to our source, the similarities are kind of chilling. It's not just a passing resemblance. It's practically a mirror image. Just take a look at this chart. Compulsion? Check. Loss of control? Double check. The absolute misery of withdrawal? Yep, it's there. And the negative consequences that pile up? For sure. It doesn't matter if the drug is a substance or a person. The pattern, that whole psychological loop you get stuck in, it is exactly the same.
All right. I pause it there. Do I sound okay or you hear? Sound okay? Oh, you're on mute, Charles. But yeah, I was gonna leave that slide up so you can see. But do you hear me okay? Or you hear echo?
You have an echo.
All right, I guess we got. Hold on. There's a option for me to mute this, and then the echo should be on now.
No.
No, it is. Okay. Then we'll. Anyway, the point is, so the addiction, we usually think about it as addicts
Mm-hmm.
getting addicted to substances like drugs, sugar,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But what is the organ of addiction? It's the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, I'm trying to find a different way to look at it. It's kind of like, it's almost like content and form. Not really. It's all form, but
Mhm.
it's like someone saying, man, like they say at the bar, pick your poison. This person, they like cognac, and then they see them get drunk. And this person over here, they like rum.
Mm-hmm.
This person over here, they like that whiskey. This one over here, they like their martinis. This one, they like their what's that fruity one? Pina coladas. And you're like, wow, all these people are so different because they have so much different types of drink. Like, no, all of them have the same thing, which is what? Alcohol. They're all alcoholics.
Better do it, baby.
Just a different brand, different taste, different flavor of it. So when we say addiction, just because your addiction is work, you're still an addict.
Mm-hmm.
Just because your addiction is, sex, you're still an addict. It's just your addiction is porn, you're still an addict. Your addiction is sugar. Your addiction is, but the addiction happens in the brain,
Right.
and it's about the pleasure. We talked about this, the PPE, pain, pleasure, and the conservation of energy. The part of our wiring as animals, human animals, is to go toward pleasure. It feels good, right? To eat sugar feels good. To have alcohol feels good. Sex feels good. To get a lot of work done and avoid your family at home because that's what you're really doing. Feels good.
That's true too. That's very true. Go ahead.
You know what though, man? It's real crazy to speak to that addition part of it, right? Because like you say something about work, right? I mean, I'm kind of cut different, but like, cause when I'm not working, I feel like I don't know, I don't feel right without. I'm saying like, like I'm so used to working. If I have a day off, I feel like, what I mean? Like that's my body. I'm addicted to working, so I feel awkward. It feel awkward. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, and you can be addicted to, because it's not just the work, it's like everything that goes into it. It's like being, the movement, the socialization, the socializing, the people, the fulfillment that comes with it. And like sometimes when people, for example, go to the gym, sometimes it's not just about the gym, not just about getting stronger. It's about all of the gym culture and the people in the gym and the talk and the conversation. It's like that, because they could work out at home or work out somewhere else or work out in private, but they go to the gym. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying some people, they are not just addicted to making whatever the gains or the health that they're going for. It's like the whole, everything involved. And so when I'm talking about addiction here, it's like the chemicals that are released by your brain when you isolate and concentrate different substances, even if that's just one-on-one time with a person that y'all just are really so into each other right now. And that's great. It's natural and normal and to bring you together, but to only focus on that to the exclusion of your friends, family, work, your health, right? Then it's not healthy. And that's addiction. When we get to the word addiction, that means it's already tipped in the direction of something's not healthy. Because a little bit of sugar, or some sugar, some alcohol, some play, some whatever it is that your substances, some TV, somewhat, it is not going to hurt you or kill you necessarily. But to just do that and to not be able to function without that, then it's something that's harmful now.
Right.
And that's even a definition of poison, because poison is not the substance itself, it's the amount or the degree of the amount of it, the concentration of it that you take. Because you just put if you even if you take a little bit of let's just say dish soap or something and you put it in a gallon of water, it's not gonna hurt you. But if you just drink the dish soap itself, it's gonna hurt you. But even water itself, if you drink too much water,
Naeem must
Yeah, he froze up.
froze up on us. Let's see. Let me try to get him back in here. See what's up. Oh, there he is.
Am I back? Okay.
He's
Yeah.
back.
That's
I
that,
was
that's that
saying
New
even
York
too much
connection.
water is not going to be helpful.
That's that New York connection.
Say
Dave.
that again.
That's-
Yeah, it must be the brick wall I'm next to. Get. Yeah, but yeah, it'll dilute your electrolytes and it'll not be good for you. But anyhow, we're just talking about the fact that just because we may be addicted to different things, like a toxic connection, toxic relationship where you're always fighting and arguing and then making up and having a great makeup sex and then arguing again and so and so and creating distance to come together. That's how rom-coms and shows them. It's like people, they find each other, they are into each other, they tentatively get together, then they're together, then something happens and they explode and they're like, will they ever find their way back? And they find their way back and it's happily ever after. But it's like what I'm saying is that explosion part, like you don't need that tension and release in order to have a healthy connection. You can make love and appreciation and healthy connections fun. Let's make that fun. Let's make appreciating each other fun. Let's make celebrating each other fun. Let's make being supportive of each other and having resolution and getting through difficult, like let's reward each other when we have a difficult conversation we have to have, instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna just try to avoid this or not bring it up, even though it's the elephant in the room. Make it fun to feel awkward sometimes. Make silence okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make it okay to not have your ego feel like it needs to be satisfied with an answer to every question it has, right? That's that too. Anyway, any other questions or comments?
No, man, it's just good stuff, man. I like how you broke it down elementary first and then brought it back up. That was cool. I loved it. So you got anything else? Anything for him, Ty? Anything?
Man, I'm just sit back and absorbing the conversation. Sometimes, Brother Charles, man, I'm a good talker. We like to talk and conversate and you bust it up. Sometimes it's good to just listen sometimes, man, and absorb.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And absorb what's going on. But what we're touching on, we need to bring awareness to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have conversations like this, healing toxic relationships. Now, this is a great platform to do so, reach people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and talk about and have these conversations that we're not just talking about. We might talk about them amongst each other, but now out to the open, because we not at the end of the day, it's people out there feel the same way we feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But don't know how to you know what I mean, figure things out. So with platforms like this, it's definitely beneficial.
Definitely. Yes, indeed. So hey, man. Yep, again, man, I appreciate everything you put out there, Naeem, and I'm definitely gonna check out that series on YouTube, and I suggest everybody else do the same thing. And before we get out of here, though, any last words you would like to say? I'm gonna start with Ty first, then we're gonna go up to we're gonna start with Ty first. Let's start with Ty first. There you go.
I got something. My closing things is, listen, like, before you jump into any relationship, love yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go into any relationship halfway full, because you be coming in as a crutch. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I learned that too. I into relationships when I wasn't ready to. My heart said it, but my life didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just be careful. Love yourself and make sure you're on stable ground before you go out there and try to love someone. And then once you find that person, you know what I mean? Like, just take your time, be patient with it, you get what I'm saying? And just get to learn somebody before you take the next steps, man. Because that's exactly what it is. It's the 10 of life, baby.
That's right, 10 of life. Now you got anything for us, brother?
I'm next. Okay.
Great words.
Yeah. Well, first, thank you, Tyrone, for coming on. Thank you, Charles. Thank y'all for lending me your ear, being willing to even listen to what I have to say, because it's a lot. I mean, this is time. Time is life, and sharing our lives together in this way, uplifting and supporting and sharing insights with each other about what I consider is a very important topic, and everyone here who's listening, then it means a lot, because you could be doing anything else. And so I just have gratitude for everyone who joins whether it's live, not live, listen to repeat, whatever. It's like, it's just, it's amazing to be able to have I don't consider anyone followers or subscribers, friends. I mean, yeah, but more so partners in terms of our journey and learning and in this together. So we're all in this together. And when I first started writing my book, or the first one, before I started writing, I made three. I guess I set three guiding principles for myself. One is that I'm not doing it to be liked, meaning I have to say or share what I need to share, whether people like it or not. Right. Second, I'm not doing it for money, although I'm not going to turn down money for doing it. But if I want to do it, I'm not going to be like, well, you're not. I'm not gonna come on Feel Good Talk if I'm not gonna get paid. It's like, no, I'm coming on here because I want it, because I'm interested in remembering what is being spoke about. So it's for me. And the third thing is, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing, like I said, I want to write. I said I will always write the books that I want to read and have the conversations that I want to have. Because that way I know I'm interested. And so if I can find even one person who will walk down this road with me, then it's like, it just is very rewarding. I wouldn't say if no one ever joined me on this, I wasn't successful, because I still feel successful because I ran the experiment and saw what happened. But in finding people and people finding me and finding each other and referring them, other friends and people to me and to my work, and hearing testimony of people who've actually changed their minds about things, and changing your mind changes your life, right? And that it benefited them in some way is very, very fulfilling for me. Again, if that never happened, I wouldn't say that it's a failed experiment. I still learned something, and I'm grateful for every encounter, every person, and every relationship and experience that I've had in doing this type of work. And to me, it doesn't feel like work. It's all a fun experiment, and I'm just continue to enjoy my journey with everybody here. So thank you.
Hey man, we appreciate you. And I told you before, man, like I said, when I first heard you break down love, I was always impressed. So, I always wanted to connect with you and let you spread the word. So it definitely is a pleasure to have you here, man. You as well, Ty. Appreciate y'all, man. Great brothers. And I want to say we got HT Lovejoy out there. She said, I do appreciate your serious. The recordings are straightforward, short and stimulating. So again, thanks HT for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you and appreciate all the support that we get out there, for Feel Good Talk and Feel Good Talk Love 101 as well. So again, this is definitely a pleasure, Naeem. We appreciate you. And then again, check out healingtoxicrelationships.com. He has some stuff on there too. And Naeem, how many books you've written now? About 15, 16? Talk to us, brother.
Yeah, about 15. That's not counting the website I built on my own by myself. Right. The series I shot and filmed and featured myself in, the conversations, the podcast, the radio, Blog Talk Radio before this, all the other stuff. So yeah, those books have been written. They're out there. You can get them on Amazon. I'm still evolving and learning and growing. This series, I produced it with AI tools. I use Notebook LM. I'm not gonna act like I didn't design none of that stuff. I put that stuff in the chat and I said, I need you to produce this type of stuff from my book that I wrote. And that's what you got. And I reviewed it and I said, I approved this message so I can send it out into the world. But it was generated from my direction. So the AI was more of an assistant that put together a presentation that I directed it from a script, a manual, a book that I wrote. And that's what you got there. And it's almost an hour of material. And I put that together in under 3 days. And because again, I'm still learning and growing and trying to use these tools to help put more messages out in love about love and healthy relationships in different formats. You know, some people want to listen, some people want to see, some people want to talk, some people want to read. I want to have all of that covered, and then, you know, move into maybe more interactive live interviews and, you know, outside talking to people and skits and just fun stuff and events and, you know, feel good talk. We always have a good time with things we do, and Charles is a great facilitator of that. And so, yeah, I'm just again, you're seeing some of my evolution as a creator, and it's the same material. It's not. I did not invent the material. Or the principles. I just put it together in different ways to try to engage people in your minds and in our conversations to help facilitate and encourage healthier relationships. That's all.
Awesome. Hey, man, again, man, this was a great show today. Oh, okay, we got a little man in the building. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I heard your background. You getting busy back there, huh?
So you can talk.
Okay.
Feel
All right, buddy. Yes, indeed. So again, man, look, I appreciate you guys, man. Love you guys, man. We'll see you next week right here on Feel Good Talk Love 101. All right, on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. See you next week, same time, 6 p.m. Have a great night. Be safe out there. Peace.
Peace.